Hello and welcome to episode number 3 of Exquisite Interiority. It's a special 9-part series dedicated to taking care of yourself from the inside out. And it is brought to you by Empowered Podcast. I am Michael Abney.
And I am Marilyn Egan.
And we created Empowered Podcast last year to a way for us to express what we wanted to express in this format and to create whatever the universe wanted to create through us. And now we're in the middle of this amazing. I'm loving it so far.
Yes. Well, and those were about living consciously, which really, this is just a deeper level of living consciously.
It's funny, because we're doing this all in one day. So if you're listening along, you're taking the ride with us, which is amazing. But I just shared in between the last one and this one, I'm starting to feel like my body open up as we're starting to talk about this, and I'm like, really, because at the beginning of anything, even though we've done this before, it's not scary, but you do get that like sort of in your head moment, which I think all of us experience.
Yeah.
And then when you're just let go and I feel it's starting to work as we're moving through this. So let's go over our topic for today. Is episode number 3. We're talking about the third chakra, the Solar Plexus, and that's where we deal with our self, our authentic self. The sound is Rum. Yes. And the color is yellow. Mm-hmm. And it is located right below the rib cage.
Yes.
That's where the center for that is?
Actually, below the breast line, because there are organs that are underneath our rib cage that still are a part of the third chakra. So, okay. It's a very, fine line there.
But it's in there somewhere.
And to the navel, to the navel, in between.
So the word that's connected to this is the self, the authentic self. And the meaning of that is a person or a thing referred to with respect to complete individuality.
Wow.
That's the dictionary.com version.
Wow.
How does that relate into how you see the self in conjunction with your insights on that particular chakra and how it affects the body?
That's a pretty big definition, actually. Because the third chakra, it's really big. It's really big. And we know that the self is a big subject for us. It really represents how we feel about ourselves, how we want the world to see us, and how we think the world sees us also. I mean, it carries a whole lot of things that can be contradictory, a lot of things that may or may not be true. It processes all of those things as well, because we have a lot of organs sitting in the third chakra also. Like on the left side, we've got the spleen and the pancreas and the stomach. And then on the right side, we've got liver, gallbladder, and we also have kidneys in the back. So that's a lot of energy. All those organs carry their own energy also.
Let's break that down.
Okay.
Let's break it down.
Okay. Really my favorite, and I feel like the key to life, is spleen. Spleen energy. Spleen energy, which I knew it in an energy medicine way, that spleen was, when it was in balance, that we felt better, that everything worked better. And then, I also took life coaching classes, and I'm a shaman, and spleen represents, guess what? Self-love, which is what everybody else talks about, that we have to make everything work better in our world. So that's the energy of spleen, is self-love. Then if we move over to liver can carry a lot of repressed anger, repressed frustration. And when it's repressed, what do? We turn it on ourselves. So we criticize ourselves. And so it carries a lot of self-criticism, and it processes all of those things. So in a even bigger way, we've got stomach and spleen on the left that represents the earth elements. If we go to like a Chinese elemental wheel.
Yeah, let's talk. Is it okay to talk about that? Like, what's the element mean? Like, in this context, how does that relate?
Okay, so earth element is mother energy. It is, and stomach is more of the strong, controlling mother energy, where spleen is the nurturing mother, and they're yin and yang to each other. If you're familiar with yin and yang, yin is basically considered the more feminine, yang is more masculine energy, but we need both in everything.
Mm-hmm.
And so that element of earth, which, earth wants to fix everything, earth wants to take care of everything. So
Sounds
that's
like a lot
more,
of conflict.
There can be. And think about self-love. I mean, it's not an easy concept to get. We were never really taught self-love. So in that earth element, there can be. It's the yin and the yang. There's always the light side and the shadow side of every element too. So that's just a whole nother energy piece to be bringing in. But with earth element on this side, and then on the other side is wood element of liver and gallbladder, which process everything, but they carry a lot of structure and a lot of maybe authority, a lot of get things done kind of attitude. So you've got your nurturer and your get things done, your doer.
Like all in the same thing. Like the
Right.
bulldozer energy. Like, I'm going to get this done no matter what.
Right. And then you've got the nurturer saying, oh, now let's slow down and let's work together. So when those two elements are in balance with each other, which they really can be, because they do connect with each other out in nature. The trees, the wood needs the earth, and the earth needs the wood. They have a really balanced, beautiful relationship out in nature. And when we have that balance within our system, we can be really centered. We can begin to feel really good about ourselves when it works together. And I see it working together like in a figure eight pattern.
I love that.
So if you draw a figure eight across your belly.
And that's in the center of our bodies too.
Yes, right, it is. The third chakra is right in the middle. And so since we opened up that belt flow and we let that real creative right brain meet the left brain in the third chakra, because the third chakra, like I said, has a lot of structure, a lot of rules, a lot of emotions, a lot of things to process. It's got a lot to think about, where the second chakra is not a thinker. It's the gut feeling person.
Yeah, it's primal.
Of us,
Yeah.
yes. Yeah, so you weave those together also. How powerful is that? I mean, if we can create the love, the self-love in our life, and see the balance in nature of how nature works, and put that inside of us, that's the shaman way of looking at it all.
Well, I love that, because that's, like, I'm having, like, ahas like crazy right now. Because when you said the infinity eight, like, in my head went, I could hear myself, the little crappy talker in their heads. Not our higher selves, but the thing that gets it done, like that says get it done, just went off and was like, no, this can't be harmony here. You can't have this and that together.
There you go.
So I saw that belief when you said that.
Yeah.
And it actually can.
Yes, it can.
But I'm taking that in right now.
Yeah. Okay,
let's go.
Even in a physical way, like
That's where you get
somebody who's
heartburn.
or somebody who's got a bellyache. A child has a bellyache, and it could be that they have the bellyache because somebody said something and they let it hurt their feelings. And when your belly hurts, doing figure eights across your belly, across your stomach, is a very soothing balancer not only to the third chakra, but to the organs that are in them. Isn't that powerful? So, I mean, my kids
Extraordinarily
love
powerful.
that. That's what I do with my grandkids. Is, well, let's do some figure eights. I do that in a therapy session too, and it can balance things out. Our body's full of figure eights.
So how would we? Because what we just hit on was like ding, do not move from here, like.
Okay.
Because I just know that the most of us are
Yes.
dealing with this thing right here.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I've experienced life balanced, but most of the time, like, there is a part of me that is, from training of,
Oh yeah.
focus, get this done, let nothing get in your way, and then that somehow cuts off the natural flow of things, There's always
Right.
been these
How-
two parts of me.
How does this fit into self-love, right?
How does this fit into self-love? And how do those worlds meld together and work together? Because, I have my energy side. This is my big aha that I've had, that, the company that I'm starting was, I'm giving myself permission, because I do real estate. And that's a world in of itself.
Right.
And then there's that. And then there's my energy side that does the podcast and coaches people and, all of that. I've never seen how they connected
Yes.
at all. Like, because I'm going to
Yay,
be on a real
that's
estate
fun.
deal and start talking energy. But actually what I realize is that I do.
Yes, I think
And
you do.
I'm not going to hide it anymore. My
Right.
whole company, it's the name of it is Inspire.
Yeah.
Inspire
Exactly.
Reality. Like, it's all birthed out of me giving myself permission to be all of that everywhere that I go.
Right.
So I can see that connect in the head, but there was something, maybe you can help me out with this, because I know we're
So-
connected, but there was something blocking right here
Yeah.
when you said that, like, it's
So
not all the
how-
way complete.
So how about that?
And by the way,
Take action.
I've always had stomach issues, like,
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
It makes sense.
and
It
it's
makes-
always like right here.
Right.
When I was born, that flap, the duodenum,
Duodenum.
was not open, and I couldn't digest food. And I was in a small country hospital and had to be rushed to Cardinal Glennon Hospital here in 1966
Yes.
and have that opened up because I couldn't get any food past that point. Like, I came in the
Ah.
world that way.
Not being able to digest life already, huh?
Yeah, literally.
Yeah.
So that's
Yeah.
no accident that's why there's something not connected here.
Yeah.
What can you?
Okay, so think about the wood element is taking action. Okay, it's taking action and doing. However, you can weave it over and do it in a nurturing, self-love way. You can get a lot done and still respect yourself, still hold yourself in a place of good esteem. It doesn't have to be hard on you to be in action all the time.
Like, I
They
don't have
can
to be the
work
tough
together.
guy anymore.
You don't have to be the tough guy anymore. Exactly.
Which was the aha.
Yes.
Is there a remnant here of that still? Like, because I literally,
Very likely, yes. Yes.
how would somebody go to move this out besides, is there anything else besides the Infinity 8, or, because I feel like you know something.
Well, that's probably the easiest way for you right now. Or just to put your hands one on each side. And you can even let your fingers meet in the middle. These fingers are yin energy. And you can just hold your fingers right there over the liver and the spleen so that they work together. Or do the figure eights. Then there's another piece that I really like because we want to recharge our batteries to take care of ourselves. We need spleen. In order to be nurturing, we need to recharge and refill and renew spleen every now and then. So we want to take care of ourselves, but we also want to give to the others, right? We want to give to everybody else. So my favorite exercise for this is take your left hand and lay it on your left rib cage.
Let's do it. Okay.
Where spleen is.
Yep.
Okay? Then take your right hand and lay it right on top. So you've got your arm going all the way across.
Yes.
And then just kind of weave yourself or rock yourself from side to side. If you're standing, that rocking is very calming. It helps you know that there is balance, right to left balance. And it really, when you're standing, it's almost a figure eight pattern of your entire body.
Yeah.
Okay, do you see that?
Yeah, and I'm also seeing really clearly like the aha that I had, and it just, the fear disappeared. I hadn't connected it to that, how that was wired into my body.
Right.
Like it was just an aha, I'm free, let's move on. But what you just made me present to was how that was still wired in the car, like in my body.
Yes.
And now this feels like baby in a crib feeling.
Right. It calms, it's nurturing, so it's supportive to the self-love. And then when we are full of our own self-love, respect for ourselves, then we can give to others also, and we can be the doer. Does that make sense?
Yes. And then other exercises, and I don't know where I know this from, but like this center right here.
Yes.
When this is tense, pinched off, it's not good.
No.
It needs to be open, because I've done exercises where like right underneath your rib cage, you like just massage that out to open that up. But like when I'm doing what you just said here, this felt like it was opening up.
Because see, it's a
naturally.
figure eight. Then you're moving your body so that it crosses right there. You feel
Okay.
that?
This is amazing.
Yeah.
Holy crap, I love it.
Yay. Fun. All right.
Okay. I just expressed my takeaway. That's huge. What is your takeaway? Like, what's your life lesson that, like, loving yourself has taught you?
That is so big, but it's taught me that it's the foundation of everything. If I don't love myself first, I can't give everything I want to give. And someone had to point that out point blank. What are you teaching your children? Are you teaching your children to just keep going and doing and doing and doing all the time? Or are you teaching them to stop and find love for themselves first and then give? Bingo. When they tell me that's what I was demonstrating, okay, I will take more time and nurture me first.
Because when you just said that, like, one of my favorite shows is RuPaul's Drag Race, just because it's amazing and fun. But like at the end of every episode, RuPaul always goes, if you can't love yourself, how the hell are you going to love somebody else? Can I get an amen up in here? So, amen up in here. That's what that's about. So, that just took that to a whole other level.
Yes.
But
it's the truth.
Yay.
It's the truth. Yeah.
Like, this is amazing.
Yeah.
Like, I feel this.
Yeah. Those figure eights are about balance, harmony. I mean, my business, I named it a long, long time ago, Harmony Healthcare. So before I really understood the harmony that I require.
Plus, we're Libras.
That I share.
Love the balance. Yay.
Yes.
Well, thank you for sharing your takeaway. And obviously, mine is connecting that little piece to the aha, how that was still connected and wired in my body. Like, this is a new awakening for me too. Like how that's connected. It's another opening, another layer. So, yay.
Yay.
So, just want to remind everybody to click on and like our Empowered Facebook page and join our Facebook group. That's where we're going to be having weekly conversations over the next 9 weeks, all the way up to, I think we looked in the calendars right before Independence Day.
Right.
Yay. So that's how long that we're going to carry this conversation on, and we'll go beyond that as well. But like this is where we're really focusing on
to get started.
Sharing the insights, doing the videos, showing how this works in the body, and interacting with the community, because there are people in our community that have they're amazingly talented and can hear, like we all have our own unique piece of the puzzle, and coming together just makes us better, and
absolutely. Absolutely.
I'm excited about what we do. I love this format, and I just love it. It feels great. But this extra piece that we're taking on and having the time to do it, like that's lighting me up now, and I can't wait to build that and interact with that and see.
You are lighting up. It just opened up between your your third and
I
fourth chakra.
I swear, I feel it.
Leading us right into the next one.
Yay! So tune in and join us on our episode 4, where we're going to be focusing on our big heart chakras.
Yes.
And we're in the heart chakra of the country.
Yes, we are.
St. Louis, Heartland.
Yes, we are.
Yay!
All
Great
right.
conversation. Look forward to it, and we will see you guys on the next one. Thank you.
Thanks, guys. Bye.
Bye.